Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. At least 21 people, including several children, have died after a bus crashed off a flyover near Venice and burst into flames. The electric bus broke through a barrier and plunged almost 15 meters near railway tracks in Mestre, which is connected to Venice by a bridge. 5 Ukrainians, 1 German and the Italian driver were among the dead. That's according to the city prefect Michel Di Bari. CCTV footage of the flyover from Tuesday night showed the vehicle driving past another bus before toppling off the carriageway. Venice Mayor Luigi Brugnaro said a huge tragedy had taken place. Pakistan has ordered all unauthorized Afghan asylum seekers, an estimated 1.7 million people, to leave the country by November. A spike in attacks along the two countries' borders, which Islamabad blames on Afghanistan-based operatives, has escalated tensions this year. It has also fueled resentment in Islamabad, which on Tuesday announced a crackdown on illegal migrants. The Taliban government urged Pakistan to rethink what it called its unacceptable move. Moscow's court has sentenced journalist Marina Ovsyannikova, who protested live on air against Russia's invasion of Ukraine, to 8.5 years in jail. Here, footage of the 45-year-old, who was tried in absentia, holding a sign outside the Kremlin saying Putin is a murderer, his soldiers are fascists. She was found guilty of spreading knowingly false information about the Russian armed forces. She also grabbed headlines around the world in March 2022, when she burst into a live news broadcast with a sign reading, "No war, stop the war, don't believe the propaganda." The UK Prime Minister has pledged billions for transport projects across the country after scrapping the northern leg of the HS2 high-speed rail link.
Now it gives me the greatest pleasure to introduce you to a wonderful, wonderful father, my best friend, and your Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak said in a speech at the Conservative Party conference that £36 billion would be spent on alternative rail, road and bus schemes instead. It came after he confirmed that the Birmingham-Manchester leg of HS2 would be ditched. He said the decision was due to huge costs and long delays, but it has led to accusations that the government is abandoning its mission to level up different areas of the UK.
And so, I am ending this long-running saga. I am cancelling the rest of the HS2 project. And in its place, we will reinvest every single penny, £36 billion, in hundreds of new transport projects in the North and the Midlands across the country. This means £36 billion of investment in the projects that will make a real difference across our nation.
Pope Francis has warned the world is collapsing due to climate change and may be near breaking point. The Pope criticised global decision-making bodies for being ineffective, as well as calling out climate deniers. His strongly worded intervention has been published in a major new update of his landmark 2015 paper on the environment. He described some damage from climate change as already irreversible. A large fire at a plastics depot in the eastern Croatian town of Osijek has spread to a nearby building where chemicals were stored, releasing toxic fumes that could pose ecological risks. Residents near the outskirts of Osijek, where the fire began, were urged to remain indoors and keep windows shut as clouds of thick black smoke enshrouded the area. Schools were closed and there were unconfirmed reports that smoke was moving towards Bosnia in the south. 3 firefighters were injured while trying to extinguish the fire, which is still not yet under control. And a US judge has ruled that Lady Gaga does not have to pay $500,000 reward to a woman who returned her dogs after they were stolen in 2021. Jennifer McBride previously sued the star for the no questions asked reward, plus $1.5 million in damages. But the judge said Miss McBride couldn't claim the money because her role in returning the star's dogs had led to a conviction of receiving stolen goods. She argued she was just making sure the 2 bulldogs were returned safely. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.